Thank you for joining us today for the SaskPower's Commercial Energy Optimization Program. The webinar is to introduce you to the CEOP program and guide you through the opportunities it offers, helping you to understand how the program can benefit your organization. My name is Landry. I'm a conservation account manager at CLEAResult, based in Regina, Saskatchewan. And my colleague Prashant and I will be facilitating the webinar today. Prashant, can you please introduce yourself?
Thanks, Andre. Hello, everyone. My name is Prashant Pereira. I'm an associate program manager with ClearResult, based out of Alberta. I'm happy to meet you all today to share information of the program along with Landry. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Prashant. Before we begin, let's go over some housekeeping guidelines. A copy of the presentation will be distributed through email after the webinar, and a video recording of the webinar will also be distributed. Participants will be muted during during the duration of the webinar. So if you have questions, please feel free to use the Q&A function that's at the bottom of your Microsoft team. All questions will be addressed at the end of the webinar, and if there are any questions left unaddressed, we'll surely reach out to you via email on an individual basis. Here's our agenda for today. Even though it looks long, I can assure you we have enough time to cover all the topics, from telling you about ClearResult to taking your questions and feedback at the end of the presentation. So, who is ClearResult? We are the leading provider of energy conservation and decarbonization solutions across North America, with a team of over 2,400 employees and a strong presence in over 60 cities across the US and Canada. We serve over 300,000 customers each year. We specialize in energy consulting, audits, assessment, training, design, and implementation of energy conservation measures for commercial, industrial, government, utilities, and residential customers. In 2023 alone, we saved over 16.5 million metric tons of CO2 emission, and we have processed over $1 billion of incentives through the programs we manage. We are the exclusive service delivery partner to SaskPower's CEOP program, and we are funded by SaskPower and NRCan to guide participants and deliver these programs at no cost to you. Yeah, the CEOP program offers 3 services: the energy support services, that's the ESS, the energy coach services, which is the ECS, and the custom incentives services, the CIS. And our value proposition is to provide free consulting services to eligible SaskPower commercial customers and help them to assess their energy usage, identify opportunities to reduce energy costs, and support capacity development through training and workshops and seminars. Through the CEOP program, we collaborate with eligible customers to conduct energy audits and identify energy conservation measures and projects. Additionally, we provide support for developing an energy management plan and guide participants through the implementation of their retrofit projects. We also assist in securing incentives and assessing third-party funding opportunities. We offer energy efficiency training and mentoring to key facility staff through our webinars and our workshops. Now, these are the 3 offerings of the CEOP. We have the first one, like I mentioned earlier, the energy support services. This service is designed for small and medium commercial customers who are just beginning, their energy conservation journey. This offering provides free consulting services to help identify opportunities to save on energy cost. And we also support businesses to develop their, business cases and explore funding options to implement their retrofit projects. We also have in this service the opportunity to train your staff, your employees, on energy conservation initiatives. The second service here is the energy coach services. This is tailored for large commercial customers with an annual energy consumption of about 5 gigawatts hour, and for participants that have the appetite to nominate a staff as an energy champion. This offering includes all the benefits we have in the ESS, plus up to $30,000 incentives for enrolling and completing the milestones we have in the program. Additionally, this also offers coaching and mentoring opportunities for the identified energy champion that I mentioned earlier. It means the participant must be willing or have the appetite to nominate a staff members to be dedicated as an energy champion that we can train and mentor within the organization to continue to monitor and implement energy efficiency initiatives. And the third one here, the custom incentive services, this is available to all customers. It's an incentive package funded by SaskPower for electricity savings and Saks Energy for natural gas savings. It can be enrolled, for as a standalone, incentive package, or it could be an add-on to either of the first two services, that's the ESS and ECS. Now, it offers incentives for retrofit projects based on actual energy savings. The incentives are paid at 13 cents per kilowatt hour for non-lighting projects, 6 cents per kilowatt hour for lighting projects, and $15 per gigajoule for natural gas savings, and covers up to 50% of your project cost, or about 100,000. So for every business, every eligible commercial business that enrolls for the CIS, you have up to 200,000 dollars incentives available to you for either your electricity savings or your natural gas savings. Pracham will now, provide a comprehensive overview of each of these offerings within the CEOP program. Prashant, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Laundry. So what Laundry just provided was a high-level overview of the program. Now I would like to take you through a more detailed look at our three key services. Let's start with the first one, energy support services. This service is specifically designed for small to medium-sized commercial businesses. It's ideal for organizations that are just beginning their journey towards energy efficiency and also eager to get started. So let's talk about what this service offers. We begin with a comprehensive site walkthrough to identify potential energy reduction opportunities. We then assist in developing a tailored energy management plan. This plan will serve as a roadmap to help you manage and execute your energy projects effectively. Additionally, we provide support in developing a solid business case for the projects you have chosen to go forward with. We will also help identify and secure external funding opportunities at both provincial and federal levels. And as you move into the implementation phase, our team will offer technical and engineering support, including measurement and verification services. Finally, if you need training in specific areas related to energy efficiency, we also offer access to professional training resources and informational sessions as well. All right, so now let's have a look at the journey for participants in energy support services. Today's session will serve as an introduction or introductory call, giving you a first look at the program and what it entails. So if you're interested in moving forward and enrolling, just let us know and we'll handle the enrollment paperwork for you. Once you have successfully enrolled, we will firstly set up a kickoff call to introduce you to our dedicated energy expert. And during this kickoff call, we will revisit the program details and schedule the upcoming facility walkthrough. On the day of the facility walkthrough, we hope to spend about half a day at your site. If you're familiar with ASHRAE audits, what we do here is an ASHRAE level 1 audit, and that includes gathering data and brainstorming ideas with your team, walking through the facility to inspect systems such as HVAC, lighting, building envelope, boiler, etc. Overall, our target is to identify opportunities to reduce energy at your site. So after the site walkthrough, we will compile our findings into a comprehensive report. This report will present a range of opportunities from low or no cost opportunities to all the way to larger capital upgrades. Now, implementing every single recommendation might not be feasible. That's why we will once again work with you or your team to prioritize opportunities based on potential savings and the effort to implement involved. The goal here is to ultimately develop an energy management plan, which is a clear, actionable roadmap that outlines which projects to implement, by when, who is responsible, and the estimated savings. Beyond the initial walkthrough and the development of the energy management plan, we also offer several optional services as well. Say, if you want to calculate the return of investment or ROI and financial details for a specific project in your energy management plan, we can help develop a business case and explore funding mechanisms to financially support that project. We are also planning a series of training sessions and webinars. So if you or your team members are interested, we encourage you to enroll and take advantage of these training resources. Next, let's talk about energy coach services offerings, the second offering that we have in this program. We typically recommend this service for organizations with larger sites that are more advanced in their energy efficiency journey. Generally, this applies to organizations whose sites collectively consume more than 5 gigawatt hours annually. Now, this isn't a strict requirement. If your organization is close to this threshold and is actively working on energy reduction, you might still be a great fit for energy core services. The main advantage of this service is that it includes all the offerings of energy support services, which I discussed before, plus several additional benefits, starting with additional incentives. So participants can earn up to $30,000 based on achieving specific milestones, which I will go through on the next slides. The focus of these incentives is to train an internal energy champion at your organization. And this individual will receive a specialized training from one of our dedicated energy coaches to ultimately become an energy expert in energy management. Similar to the previous offering or energy support services, energy coach services will also include a comprehensive site walkthrough and the development of an energy management plan, assistance in creating business cases for selected projects and identifying external funding opportunities, support throughout the implementation phase, support on measurement and verification, including the development of a unique energy model for your site using a software called RedScreen, and also access to a series of technical webinars and workshops covering topics such as stakeholder engagement, 50,001 ready recognition, RedScreen training, and other building systems. Now, you might also wonder, for businesses with a portfolio of multiple buildings, which out of these two services, energy support services or energy core services, would be a better fit. Now, you don't need to worry much there. We will help you figure that out. Once you express your interest to move forward with the program, we will set up a one-on-one call with your team. And in that call, we will discuss and identify the scope to receive a combination of offerings from both an energy support services and energy coach services for your portfolio. So this slide shows the breakdown of the $30,000 in milestone incentive payments available through the program. As you can see, each milestone is weighted differently with varying incentive amounts based on the task completed. Starting with milestone 1, that involves signing up, completing the kickoff call, and responding to the initial data request that we make. This will earn your organization $5,000 right off the bat. Milestone 2 involves completing the energy management plan after the site visit, and that will provide an additional $4,000. Milestone 3 involves developing a business case on projects listed in the energy management plan, which will pay out an amount of $4,000 once completed. Milestone 4 involves collecting and analyzing energy data to identify trends. To do this, we will develop a unique energy model, which I mentioned before, using the red screen software for this purpose. Once the model is completed, that will earn you another $4,000. Milestone 5 is where the largest incentives comes in at $7,000. To receive this, you need to implement at least one project from the energy management plan that we're hoping to develop. This could be a single capital project or multiple low, no cost projects. Milestone 6 involves participating in all the workshops and webinars that we offer. If you attend all those webinars, you will qualify for a $2,500 incentive. Lastly, milestone 7 involves compiling a report on the progress each site has made at the end of the year. Completing this, what we call the energy management report, will result in a final payment of $3,500. One other thing that I want to highlight is that while this may look like many components and deliverables to complete, you don't need to worry as much because we will be handling most of the heavy lifting to execute these milestones. From your side, what we primarily expect is a commitment to engage with us actively and share data and information in a timely manner. Because this collaboration will certainly allow us to achieve these milestones effectively and in a timely manner and maximize the incentives for your organization. All right, so let's have a look at the customer journey for participants in Energy Coach Services. Just like today's session, the journey begins with an introductory call where we provide an overview of the program. If you want to dive deeper into this offering, we can always arrange a follow-up call to provide more details and information. And if you decide to move forward, after that, the next step is to sign a participant agreement. Once the agreement is signed by both parties, we will schedule a kickoff call with your dedicated energy coach. And during that call, you will discuss the program a bit more in detail, share site-specific data, and plan for the upcoming site visit. From there, we proceed with the steps similar to what I outlined under energy support services. We will conduct a comprehensive walkthrough to identify energy saving opportunities and develop the energy management plan, which will serve as your roadmap to implement energy efficiency projects in the program. After the energy management plan is created, the dedicated energy coach will set up regular check-ins. Typically, we check in on a monthly basis. The idea of this check-in is to review the progress of the energy management plan that you have created and provide support on implementation. In parallel, we will also develop a detailed energy model for your site using the red screen software, create business cases for potential projects, conduct webinars and workshops to educate your team members, and also process milestone incentive payments as you complete them. The final step in the journey is to compile a comprehensive energy management report at the end of the year, which will summarize all the progress made within that year. The bottom line is that participants in this program will receive extensive training and financial incentives while they closely work with the assigned or the dedicated energy coach. There will be a lot of ongoing support as a result, and that will ensure that your organization not only learns but also implements projects captured in your energy management plan. The third offering in our program is the custom incentives services. This service is independent of the other two services that we discussed. This means you can benefit from these incentives whether or not you're enrolled in the energy support services or energy coach services offerings. The custom incentive service will provide financial rewards for capital upgrades based on electrical and natural gas savings. For non-lighting projects, for non-lighting electrical projects, the incentive rate is 13 cents per kWh saved. For lighting projects, the rate is 6 cents per kWh saved. For natural gas savings, the incentive is $15 per gigajoule saved. To be eligible for this service, the projects must be implemented at a commercial facility, and the capital upgrade must result in a minimum incentive of $1,500 based on the savings achieved. The maximum incentive that you can receive is capped at $100,000 per fuel type, or 50% of the eligible project cost, whichever is lower. So if your projects involve both electrical and natural gas savings, you could qualify for up to $200,000. One other important requirement is that you must apply to the program before purchasing equipment and starting installation. And that will ensure that your project is pre-approved and eligible for incentives. Now, let's go through the customer journey for custom incentive services. This service involves a pre-approval and a post-approval process to qualify for incentives. If you're interested in participating, the first step is to connect with us. Then we will provide an application package that includes a participant agreement for you to sign. Along with the signed agreement, you will need to submit an incentive workbook, which is something you can find on our program website as well. The incentive workbook is basically a tool where you can enter details about your project, and it will automatically calculate the estimated incentives based on your inputs. After you submit the application package, including the signed participant agreement and incentive workbook, we will conduct a technical review internally. And if everything is in order, we will sign the agreement from our end and issue a pre-approval notice. And this notice will basically confirm the estimated incentives finalized from our initial internal review. Once you receive the pre-approval notice, you can proceed with the project implementation, and that completes the pre-approval process in the offering. In the post-approval process, after you complete the project implementation, you'll need to submit documentation confirming the project's completion. We will once again conduct another technical review to ensure everything has been installed according to the original plan and the scope. If everything is verified, we will issue a post-project approval, finalizing the incentive amount, and that final incentive payment will be issued in the form of a check from the utilities. This entire process will make sure that projects are thoroughly assessed before and after implementation, maximizing the benefits and ensuring compliance with program requirements. One other key thing to remember is that all applications must be submitted before purchasing equipment and starting installation to be eligible for incentives. I mentioned earlier, we can also explore various external funding opportunities to financially support your projects. One of these options is the Building Retrofits Initiative by the Canada Infrastructure Bank. If you take this path, there is zero upfront cost to implement your capital upgrades, and you repay the cost of the upgrades through the savings generated from the project over a period of 5 to 20 years, depending on the contract terms. The funding works through public-private equity, and it has aggregators such as Sofiac, Johnson Control, and Efficiency Capital, which can finance a given project. This is an ideal funding mechanism for customers requiring more than $1 million in upgrades in a single building or a portfolio. After developing the energy management plan and prioritizing the capital projects, your energy coach will guide you through available options, such as this one, based on the investment requirements. And with that, I will hand things back over to Londre.
Yeah, thank you, Prashant. Thank you. Let's take a moment to review some of our case studies. Although these are not directly related to the CEOP program, but they demonstrate the significant impact of our energy conservation strategies with clients that we have collaborated with previously. This first case study highlights the successful implementation of an energy conservation measure in a city with a population of over 63,000 people. We worked with the city to conduct a comprehensive assessment of its upgrades and retrofit initiatives to identify the ECMs. In that project, we assisted in identifying about 41 ECMs, of which 33 were successfully completed. The project involved the prioritization and planning both capital and low-cost initiatives to ensure effective implementation. Additionally, we helped the city apply for and secure grant funding, which was very crucial to the project's success. One of the key implementations was the installation of a 333 kilowatts combined heat and power unit at their Eastlink Center. That unit consumes about 33% of the city's energy, and this cogeneration process, merges production of heat and electricity, significantly reducing carbon emission and energy cost. The project achieved an annual energy cost savings of about $372,000 with a 7-year payback period, showcasing the substantial benefits of our energy conservation measures. The second case study here is for a major healthcare organization. We conducted a comprehensive analysis of their 1 million square feet facility, identifying significant opportunities for energy savings. Our objective was to enhance energy efficiency and support the planning and installation of their retrofit projects. We developed a solution to improve the energy efficiency of their HVAC system. This included assisting the hospital in planning and implementing the project with within their internal capital cycles. The key components of the solutions included the installation of a new efficient 1,500-ton water-cooled chiller. It was a high-efficiency cooling tower with variable frequency drives, and the optimization of the chilled water pump sequence. We worked with them on that as well. And as a result of these measures, the hospital achieved over 60% improvement in cooling plant performance. And there was an annual saving of about $450,000 and a 5-year payback period on the investment. Additionally, the project resulted in an annual savings of 5.5 million kilowatt hour of electricity and 161,000 tons of natural gas, significantly reducing the facility's energy use intensity. This case study highlights the substantial benefits of implementing targeted energy conservation measures in large healthcare facilities. The third case study here, we similarly partnered with a public school district to assess their upgrade plans in response to significant student population growth. We conducted a district-wide scan for energy-saving opportunities and assisted the school in coordinating project installations in alignment with their internal capital planning circles. Our team developed a strategic plan to enhance energy efficiency across the district. This included supporting the school in planning and installing energy-saving projects. Key measures included optimizing their HVAC systems, upgrading their lightings, and implementing energy management practices within the district. These efforts were designed to maximize energy savings and improve economic performance. As a result of these initiatives, the school achieved a 10% reduction in energy use from the baseline, significantly decreased operational cost, and saw approximately 400% growth in student enrollment. These case studies demonstrate the substantial benefit of implementing energy conservation measures in educational facilities, leading to both financial savings and improved operational efficiency. You can find all relevant documents and support for the CEOP program on the SaskPower's official website. These resources are, however, intended for commercial customers only. All you need to do is visit www.saskpower.com and enter CEOP in the search box. Then navigate through the page to see all these relevant documents for your review. So, the next steps. In order to proceed with the commercial energy optimization program, please send us an email at SaskPowerCEOP@CLEAResult.com. I take that again, SaskPowerCEOP, one word, @CLEAResult.com to express your interest in applying for the program. Kindly include your organization's name and address in your email. Once we receive your email, we'll schedule a call with you to discuss the available opportunities and determine the best fit for your organization. Our team will then support you and guide you through all aspects of the program. Like I mentioned earlier, please feel free to send us email at SaskPowerCEOP@CLEAResult.com if you have any further questions or you would like to understand how the CEOP can support your organization to save on energy. If there are any unanswered questions, from the Q&A, we'll be sure to reach out to you individually via email. As mentioned earlier, a copy of this slide deck will be sent to all attendees, and we look forward to supporting you on your energy efficiency journey and implementing your conservation initiatives together. I want to say a big thank you once again to everyone for joining us today. We look forward to receiving your inquiries in our email, the SaskPowerCEOP@CLEAResult.com, or for any questions at all you have on the CEOP program or your energy conservative initiatives or journey. We'll be very happy to get back to you with answers. Thank you everyone for joining us.